I'm here to interview you.
Who am I?
You're the Actual Solutions Inc. aid responder, right?
Yes, the way you came in was like you didn't know already.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Okay, so let's begin.
Where should I start?
Actual aid? What is actual aid?
Actual Aid is a section of Actual Solutions Inc. that deals with protection for our communities and protection while exploring and other possible tough scenarios.
Why first aid?
We made our first aid kits because everyone should have one. Plus, with the current pandemic, we also wanted to include masks and gloves in our kits. We were inspired by the government grant we're applying for through the federal government. This grant is for creating special force aid kits for their soldiers in the field. A lot of this grant leads us to want to bring these developments to the average everyday person.
Oh wow, that's great. So the grant is specifying for the special forces because they need a powerful first aid kit. So yours would be a powerful first aid kit for everyday people. And during and after this pandemic, what would the difference between a regular first aid kit to Actual Aid's first aid kit? What would be the difference?
Stated in the grant, I'm paraphrasing a little here, there's a lot, but the special forces need a very powerful defense kit for when they're injured. They need this kit to be small, lightweight, multi-use, and designed for operation in extreme environments. It has to be easy to use, require minimal maintenance, and have low power consumption. The drugs that are used in here should not require refrigeration or other special handling. All material and related techniques must be simple and effective and easily modified for commercialization. We at Actual Aid chose to tackle the modifying for commercialization. Current first aid kits don't normally come with the methods to improve your performance and assisting you get away from dangers, as well as methods for you to get yourself to the hospital or medicines to completely stop pain so you can function without being high until help arrives.
Wow, that was a mouthful. So what will it include? What medicine? What transportation? Like life alerts? Like what will it include?
In our final med kits, we wanted to include Lidocaine, a syringe of morphine, Narcan, along with other physical enhancements that we are in the process of looking for, more doctors, engineers, and scientists to assist in development. We want our kits to have direct access to emergency networks and give real-time feedback to your loved ones with your location and that of the emergency personnel en route to your location. Have you ever used the app Uber or Lyft on your phone?
Yes, I have.
Then it'll work just like how who know is on the way and how long would it take them to reach your location, as well as any family or friends you have connected to the app. So they'll be able to see exactly who's coming, what officer, what ambulance, how far it is from the hospital, how far it is from you, and you would have everything in the kit you need.
Wow, I get it. I'm shocked. 911 hasn't created something like that along with having their hotline. Like that would be super accurate.
Yes, that would be awesome. It may be us working towards creating a network like this. This will inspire them to do the same thing, but only before since they already have great influence already.
Tell me more about those medications that would be mentioned. What is lidocaine, and does morphine cause you to be high? Don't you need a doctor and stuff like that?
First, the reason we chose Lidocaine first to include in our kits is all the research into its ability to block certain nerves in the brain. We have included this research on our website as well, and our YouTube channel that you'll be able to see at Vid Research and Bibliographies. It's all one word. The patches that we have included in our prototype kits is to represent what we hope to include in the near future after we get the approval to do so. The lidocaine patches state on the label that is 4% lidocaine. And the bottles that we received in our emergency presentation that we needed were 2% to 1%. Going by percent, we thought that on the pouches have more concentration of lidocaine, but the bottles contain the substance straight without having anything else in it. We have to do more studies on the differences with professionals before we can include the actual bottle with the syringe in our kits, but for now, we can include the patches because you can get them from over the counter.
Wow, so you guys did your research. So what about morphine and Narcan?
Actual Aid believes that if the common person had the common knowledge of greater responsibility, we would be able to have small doses of morphine available in our kits like emergency personnel have and soldiers in the field already. Sometimes aid will not always be conveniently available for people all the time. Morphine currently with our studies has a different blocking potential than lidocaine, but it causes the euphoria effect, the effect of being high. This can cause overdose and or addiction. This is the reason why Narcan being included. Narcan stops the effects of an overdose.
How can you be sure that people will not abuse the product?
We can't. That is why we have the feature with direct satellite coverage of when our kits' certain parts are activated. The user will automatically be tracked and the local emergency agencies will learn of the kit's super emergency items are being used.
Wow, so you're saying that the kits will be tracking you?
Sometimes to prove that we will be responsible, sometimes other things have to be done first. It will work more to the benefit of the user if the kit is being used for the applications that it was made for.
Tell me more about the tracking features included with the kits.
The kit will have satellite direct coverage of the location when used or activated. The satellites are about the size of a shoebox. You can actually check out Vid Researching to see the company that we're going to be working on for their satellites. They're only $7,000 a pop. But anyway, it'll have real-time coverage for your relatives like we discussed with the Uber and Lyft idea, and what organizations are around in the area to lead to your loved one's safety. GPS tracking and direct access to the ambulances, the police identification available for the first aid kit. We're also going to have a screen which is going to be powered by the Raspberry Pi, and the screen is it'll be 3x6 inch screen.
You should tell me what the government wants for their soldiers. You should tell me what the government wants for their soldiers, but what is the everyday person getting? What can they relate it to?
For starters, this kit will spread to the awareness of people who are involved in extreme sports, protesters, civil activists, churchgoers, and more will be added as promotion goes on. We recently even included developing it where for people to be able to work out without feeling the burn to do so. Getting the body to what you want the easiest way possible. This is going to be included in one of our organization's other channels. But let me show you a video that we already created for one of the reasons. So that was one of our promotional videos that we are for setting up, explaining extreme sports and also exploring. So what did you think? I know it's still rough around the edges.
It's okay, it's a working process. But just can you explain more? Like, I like the idea, like when you say about when you I like how you guys are pushing forward with your first aid kits and trying to help people that's gonna need it, and things that's going on in the world. And it's great that you guys are doing that to help people that is hurt or that could be hurt. Like, people would really appreciate that and should appreciate that.
What we wanted to do at actual aid is in the beginning, he said he was only 15 feet. That's only, if you know a basketball player, they're about 6 feet. And he said 15. So if you do the math, that's only 2 people away if you laid that person down. So, and y'all seeing how nature will handle itself, and if people like that, we would want to market towards those type of people who are in those type of environments. That's why we first said extreme sports and exploring, because that could be you. And the monkeys or other animals don't have, oh, this is right, this is wrong. No, they're thinking of their survival. So that could have easily been him.
Boxing, those boxers and stuff, they hitting, they be hitting real hard and stuff, right there, and they still have to get up to try to fight. So that would be perfect to promote it there too.
We would try to do that, but they already have first aid staff already at the location already. Yeah. This is for our kits is when you're around, when you're not around that. Okay. Into how long will it take for them to get to you. But yes, we did look into that, and That's, well, definitely if they, whatever first aid kits they have, we could always upgrade it and do it better.
Yeah.
But we're just more focused towards like how the grant was focused towards people on the field, like in those environments. We wanted to cater it to the people that are in those environments as well. But it's not only extreme sports or exploring the nature, it's also for protesters, civil activists, churchgoers, and once again, fitness, which we'll be able to create more videos of that in the future.
So what about people that like work out and stuff? Would that be with them too?
That one is going to be the last one that we're going to do. First, we're doing like emergency situations, and then we're going to work more towards like the fun stuff, because it'll be just like how if you're working out a character in a video game, you're not feeling any of the force behind that. But in our first aid kits, what we want for fitness, where you'll be able to work out, not feel the burn, and have a monitor letting you know when you when you're about to damage a muscle, and it tells you to pause and then continue later. But everybody will have the ability to get the body that they always wanted without having to feel the force and tiredness and strain of having to push through certain mental barriers. But it's optional, it's not, not saying to people that some people like the burn and some people don't. They still want to, some people want to have that nice body, but not put in the work to do so. And you know what? We think that's fine. You should have that. Yeah. And we should make something for the people who don't necessarily want to feel that type of energy.
Okay. That was great. So I'm happy we had this interview, and I got a lot of knowledge from you guys, and I'm going to try to help support it and let other people hear it. So thank you for letting me have this interview with you, and you guys, God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. We'll be available anytime, and stay tuned to the Actual Solutions YouTube to get more updates, and also check us out at actualsolutionsinc.com. Can I get a first aid kit? Sure. Thanks. No problem. These are just the prototypes, so don't expect it to do anything that we said yet. Masks and gloves and all that stuff in there is perfect. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome.